Hello everyone, you're watching Hudson County TV, coming to you from City Hall as I continue my exclusive 101 series with Jersey City Mayor Steven Fulop. I had a chance to speak with Mayor Fulop on a variety of issues which include paid time off for employees, his thoughts on the gubernatorial race, safety not just downtown but throughout Jersey City, and much more. Fulop, Mr. Mayor, appreciate it as always. Our sit-downs are always very informative. Let's get started here. Recently the City Council did pass a resolution regarding PTO, paid time off, for residents being employed in Jersey City companies, obviously. That seems to be passing. I know recently Councilman Borgiano made an inference that your support of that was interfering with business and the government really has no place in that. As an MBA graduate, in your business experience here, what's your rebuttal to something like that?
Look, this is a basic human dignity issue. This is a minority family issue. This is a overall family issue. This is a working family issue. This touches a lot of points. There's no reason that somebody should be terminated or risk losing 20% of a weekly salary because, God forbid, somebody close in their family or them get ill. We looked at other cities, the impact has been negligible. So, anybody who says and sounds those alarms, the facts just don't bear that out to be true.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, you have come out recently in support of raising the minimum wage because it's going to help working families. Critics will say that the cost of goods and services will go up and thus will be transferred onto the consumer. So really, where's the truth in this?
Look. The reality of the situation is we haven't seen a minimum wage increase in quite some time. The cost of living continues to go up every single year. This is something that is reasonable in order to continue to provide people an opportunity to grow with cost of living increases. Look, I think that this was a reasonable proposal. I think this makes sense, and I'm happy to support it.
Now, the governor has vetoed the measure, and obviously it's now on the November 5th ballot.
Yep.
Realistically, do you see it passing?
I see it passing. Look, there's no wrong time to do the right thing, and in a good economy, the business community would say, don't change anything, things are going great. In a tougher economy, they would say, you can't do it now, it's a tougher economy. So the reality is that they would say nothing is perfect, and we think it's appropriate to do the right thing.
Okay. Now, based on inflation since it was last raised at a federal level and even now, many economists still are skeptical about the effect it's going to have, though. What would you say to those skeptics that really still are adamant about?
Look, I think an increase is meaningful for those people that are working at minimum wage, and it's jobs are hard to find, good paying jobs, and you got to provide people opportunities to move forward, and this is a small step in making the minimum wage a little bit stronger so that people can recognize that if they work a minimum wage job, they can move up and hopefully get a higher paying job down the road.
Okay, excellent, Mr. Mayor. Moving on here, homeless shelters have been filling up in Hudson County, specifically in Jersey City. Right now, what's the administration doing to really address this issue? Because it seems to be really on the minds of a lot of residents.
It's on the minds of a lot of residents, and it's a big concern. The homeless issue is tied to a lot of other issues, and we're working with Health and Human Services and putting together a comprehensive plan on this. Actually, it's tied to sometimes psychological issues, sometimes substance abuse issues, sometimes poverty issues. So there's a lot of components to it, and it's not a one-size-fits-all type of solution. We're working with our director in Health and Human Services, and hopefully by the end of the year, we're going to have a plan to put out there on how we're going to deal with this population.
Okay, there was a recent op-ed in the Star-Ledger, which I'm sure you're aware of, that did a breakdown of former New Jersey Governor McGreevey's appointment to the Jersey City Employment Training Program to head it up, obviously. Now, I'm sure you're aware, and obviously it was a very calculated political risk on your part. What made him the best choice for you?
He's got a tremendous number of relationships in the private sector, a tremendous number of relationships in the public sector. He's ran a $30 billion budget. This is a $5 million budget. He has a track record in this reentry as it relates to high performance via his track record. It's a win-win on multiple fronts. I'm not looking at the political background of the story here. I know it's a good narrative for people to make hay out of. At the end of the day, he has a great track record, and I think it's a great win for Jersey City, and we are going to make this program a national model on reentry. Mark my words on that.
It's been, aside from the political aspect you mentioned, it's been a good human interest story for many people. It sort of emphasizes the concept of redemption. Really, what does it say about his perseverance, though, during the years, and especially moving in now into this position?
Look, I mean, I can't speak to, the background. I didn't know Governor McGreevey when he was involved in politics, and I met him via the campaign when he was helping on reentry policy, and you learn how involved and how knowledgeable he is on this, and this is a passion of mine as well. So, look, it's a win-win, and people look at this in any way they want to look at it. I think that Jim has had a track record over the last 10 years, and we're going to see further success in Jersey City.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, Councilman Osborne has been addressing vehicle and pedestrian safety downtown. There's been a lot of recent reports and incidents about accidents and just issues really with safety down here in this area. What conversations have you had with her? And in your opinion, what more needs to be done, though, even though it's been addressed recently in council meetings?
We have somebody in the mayor's office putting together a plan on restriping, speed bumps, traffic enforcement. So as it relates to Ward E, we followed Candace's lead on this. She's been terrific. She's been very proactive. Some of the other wards have just given us less guidance, but still guidance on where they want certain traffic coming in. We went out, we have the funding, we're implementing.
Does a police presence need to be sort of implemented on a more regular basis in these areas in Ward E, or is it just a matter of following these recommendations?
It's not just a Ward E issue, it's a citywide issue, but we need enforcement. And look, enforcement's an important component, as well as creating a environment where pedestrians control the streets and not the vehicles, and there's an enforcement component to that.
Mr. Mayor, a couple of questions here that residents have really gotten on me to ask you, and it certainly I was hoping to ask you this today. It's almost October 1st. I think you pretty much know where I'm going to be going with this, but you've remained neutral in the gubernatorial race thus far. State Senator Bono, like Cory Booker, endorsed Jerry Healy. Certainly you'd be able to reconcile that with Cory Booker, but right now, how does this weigh on your mind, specifically concerning any sort of endorsement, if any, since, again, November 5th is right around the corner?
Look, the governor's race is going to be a focus probably later in October, and I'm going to think about it, what's best for Jersey City, and I'm going to get out there in October and support one of the two candidates and communicate that. That's my plan. So I don't intend on staying neutral. I intend on seeing kind of how this campaign unfolds, further hearing from the different candidates, focusing on it closer to the election, and moving from there.
Does the variable that most of the Hudson County Democrat organization has endorsed Barbara Bono and didn't do that with you, I mean, does that weigh on your mind at all?
No, it makes no difference to me. It makes no difference to me. I look at it, there are people close to, as I've said publicly, people close to Senator Barbara Bono who not only endorsed Jerry Healy. It's okay. I appreciate the fact that if everybody has the prerogative to endorse, but when you step over a certain line as it relates to campaigning, whether it's rhetoric or actions, right, it's indicative of character, okay? So in certain people, and not the senator, okay, certain people around that circle there is concerning. So nothing I'm saying is inappropriate. I think that I need to kind of see a little bit more about these campaigns.
Mr. Mayor, another issue that residents wanted me to sort of highlight here today, I know due to a tragic events last Thursday, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel was not able to come to Jersey City last Friday for an event with you and Newark Mayor Cory Booker. Many residents have expressed their concerns, and even to myself, that does campaigning with Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel concern you from the fact that he's had a questionable record thus far with the gun violence in the city of Chicago, the closing of public schools, and just overall the quality of life there?
No. Look, any urban mayor is going to have challenges. Any urban mayor is going to have successes. Some are going to have failures. Rahm Emanuel was President Obama's chief of staff. He was a congressman. Now he's the mayor. You're never going to agree with everybody on everything. And I think Rahm Emanuel's challenges and understanding of why it's important to elect Cory Booker, who understands urban environments like Jersey City, is a good thing to communicate here. And if Rahm wants to come to Jersey City to convey the importance of having a senator that knows urban issues, that's a good thing.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, one last thing here just to sort of close off our interview today. It's almost the end of the year pretty much. I know that the administration is sort of still in its infancy stage. What other policy issues are you still addressing right now that, again, have not been made, that have been disclosed to the public?
We just started. So I would say we're in inning one here. And I'm not gonna, put everything out there because we're still working through a lot of stuff, but I think that there's a lot to be excited about, and I think that the public's gonna see a lot of that over the next 3, 4, 5 months and then into 2014.
All right, well, Mr. Mayor, as always, you're a gentleman. Thank you for speaking with Hudson County TV and for answering the tough questions.
Thank you, Mr. Rubey.
You'll continue to see exclusive one-on-one interviews such as the one you saw today only on Hudson County TV. Thank you so much for watching. For more programming, please go to hudsoncountytv.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, stay classy, everyone.